And welcome back to the IWAR Network Tubecast. I'm your host, Alex G. And with me this evening, we have Matt, we have Aaron. What's going on tonight, fellas?
Hey, I love the conference table room. What is
Yes, it's elementary school.
Or yeah, it could even be it's like a classroom, which is kind of appropriate because every time I'm on the Tubecast, I learn something.
Oh man, Channel 47. I gotta tell you, that's one of the best memes right there. Bret Hart.
Bret Hart, absolutely. So I don't know if you guys were a big fan of Scramble Vision as a kid. I've watched many of adult films. I've watched many pay-per-views, WWE, WCW pay-per-views on Scramble Vision. I actually watched Bash of the Beach '96 on Scramble Vision.
Oh damn!
So when Hulk Hogan joined the NWO, so
you were there.
I was there.
I was watching that when it happened. I remember thinking like, "This is gonna be good," and then it's like, "Oh." We actually at work we were talking about that the other day. Like, what was the best like surprise reveal?
To me, that's number one for sure.
It's got to be like for like.
It's gotta be.
He wasn't in a mask, but like then I was like, well, what mask reveal was really good? Because almost always they get botched.
I think it was Dean Malenko as Cyclope at
That's a good one. That's a real good one.
WCW Uncensored '97. I did not see that one coming.
I think Vince's the Higher Power was a good one.
Yes,
it's me, Austin. It was me all along. That was a good one. Not the Black Scorpion though, being Ric Flair. That one was shit. Love that angle, by the way, but
great angle, terrible delivery.
Yeah.
Ole
Anderson is the voice. It's ridiculous.
They haven't had a good reveal in a while, like a masked reveal.
I think we're due, to be honest, guys. I think we're due for something cool.
Well,
he used to do like the whole Charlie Brown from Out of Town. What was like the other ones? Stagger Lee.
Yeah.
Matt's gonna take his mask off and reveal himself to be Scott.
Just when you thought you knew. Oh man.
So up on the screen we also have a good we have a Midnight Express squash match.
Yeah, that Bobby Eaton mullet's just a flowing.
Oh, it's glorious.
Nice.
That's an all-timer for sure.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Matt used to have a mullet back in the days.
Yeah,
it's very impressive.
Sure did.
I had a rat's tail personally when I was a kid because Matt's a little bit older than me, so no mullet for me, but I did have the rat's tail. Like me and Sting had the rat's tail in '89, and I was wearing biker shorts too. Mine were black with a lime green, neon green stripe down the side.
Did you have a Gold's Gym muscle shirt on as well?
I did. It was oversized too. It was ridiculous. Remember when the Matt might remember. Remember when the neon crayons came out?
Neon crayons?
Like the neon, like the hot pink and that green. When they were like they went to like the 128 pack of Crayolas back in the day.
Okay.
Like that was a big deal. Like for me as a kid, when that set came out with the fluorescent colors, like that was crazy. The neon stuff on the crayons, that was dope. Like gold came out, that copper crayons, those were dope.
Yeah,
those were dope. So Matt, do you have anything from good old JB?
I do. Johnny sent over some Q&A today.
Very upset. I went to 7-Eleven today to get some game fuel. Sold out. Went to 2 different 7-Elevens too.
Wow. What happened? Ran out of speed. All right. Ooh. It's a good long one here. Okay.
That's what she said.
Yes. All right, so far, the wind has not kicked in the door. If you're listening from other parts of the New England or the East Coast, there's a big storm going up the seaboard, and it's windy as hell.
Yeah.
For Alex and myself.
Yeah.
And if you can't see, Aaron's in full Canadian mode tonight with wearing the hat inside.
I have a bunch of denim on under my sweater as well.
Nice. I went out today shopping for underwear and couldn't find anything but 5-packs. What if you don't like it? I'm like, am I the old man now? I'm just trying to find one pair to try them out. And then I was like looking through and I kept seeing underwear packs that were like ripped open. I'm like, that's why there's one missing. And people were like, F this.
So I'm a big fan of the boxer briefs, right? A couple of years ago, I got the extra long boxer briefs, and they go like right above my knee.
Yeah.
And I bought them like when I wear basketball shorts because I used to have this issue where my shorts would like go behind my knee and like I would get welts on the behind my knee because the shorts would, I don't know, get wet. I don't know. It was weird. So I have these like extra long boxer briefs that I don't wear ever.
Oh, really? Okay.
They're just right above my knee. They go all the way down.
I don't wear the extra long ones.
You're a tidy whities man.
No.
Bikini briefs?
All color. I wear the ones that are like, they're not super, they're like the mid thigh one.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are comfortable. But if I gotta have support, otherwise I'm just all over the place. It's a mess.
I know everyone in life had to make that choice from, I'm going to stop wearing these fucking things. I think it's a pivotal moment in a young man's life where it's like, I'm no longer wearing the tidy whities. I'm not wearing the Ninja Turtle underwear no more.
Oh, Ninja Turtle underwear. I never stopped wearing those.
You're making the decision to go to either boxers or boxer briefs. In some cases, both.
Or commando.
You can go commando. Scott goes commando from what I understand. So, it's all good. So my question for the chat, people in the chat, is like, how old were you when you made the switch?
All right. So what was the moment? I think I was like, it was in high school. I think it was when I started dating and like, you started getting action. Like I was like, I didn't want to be like the tidy whitey guy.
I think it was the first time you had a change in gym.
Yeah.
Alan Henderson says he was 16.
Yeah.
Good old fashioned change room ridicule will do the trick
for sure.
You guys have that thing. Remember, this probably happened. I don't know everybody, but do you remember? Like I think it was 8th grade or 9th grade. They did the scoliosis check.
Yeah.
And everyone had to like get down to like strip down to like just the underwear and be like stand in front of the gym teacher and then bend over. I'm like, what? Oh, okay. We wonder why like these rampant cases of like they molested kids for years.
Yo, because we had to sit there and like, because then like as kids you're telling all the stories like the nurse is gonna grab your wang. It's like you can't get hard or we're gonna laugh at you.
It's part of the scoliosis check.
I never met a motherfucker with no goddamn scoliosis. That was a trick. That was a trick. They just wanted to touch my nads.
They made that up like COVID.
I'm suing.
I thought you were Alex G, not Alex Jones. Let's not turn this into one of those shows.
Do you remember like this in school happening where all of a sudden it'd be like, all right, everybody, nurse is coming in to look at your hair. What? And they pick your hair with toothpicks, right? And then they'd be like, fine. And then the next day you'd be like, what the hell? And like somebody's at lice.
It's like
filthy bastards.
Where's Reggie? Reggie's not there the next day.
Can I tell you a fun thing?
Reggie had to get special shampoo at home.
So at Trader Joe's, we have this thing where we hide a stuffed animal, and if the kids that shop find it, they get like lollipops, right?
It's right in the men's room, isn't it?
Yeah, our store is Larry the Lobster. So Larry the Lobster is a little red lobster. It's about like yay big, and we'd hide it around the store. Well, kids would come up, whatever. So it was a snowy day, and it was like no school day, but like a slow day, right?
Yeah.
So this guy's in there with his 2 kids, and they're like, oh, and the cashier's like, oh, can you get like the thing for me? I'm like, sure. So I go get the jar of lollipops. When I come back over, the kid's rubbing his head with the lobster. And I hear her say to him, like, oh, they have a day off of school. He's like, nah, they got bugs in their hair. And I was just like, oh. So I daintily took the lobster, threw it in the trash after they left. And then from that point on, we ordered a new one, and we dangled it from the ceiling. So it's like magnetized things hook it to the ceiling. But that's the way no kids do it. But like that's when we're thinking of, like lice. It's like, what guy takes his kid out shopping with lice in their hair?
Yeah, what a dick.
Sick bastard.
The only thing I hit at my job for a couple of years, I would take a Victoria's Secret catalog and put it in the men's room in random locations because I found it hilarious. It's like, God damn it, who put this in here? Sometimes I would hide it, like like the changing table for like kids. I put it in there so someone's changing their baby, the Victoria's Secret catalog will pop out.
Again?
Nice. Well, what we get now is we get the I might have one. They're these pamphlets, and they're always the same. It's like they're like maybe like 3 inches by like 5 inches. They're these small, thin ones, right? And they start off, and you open it up, and it's like, this kid sees a car accident. He's like, Grandpa, that car accident, that man's hurt. He's like, yes, but he had a warning, but he didn't listen because he's not a believer in God. And it goes down this really bad spiral. And the idea is that, like, Grandpa tells a story of how when he was a boy, him and his friends went to go to the watering hole to go swimming, but he got his britches caught in a barbed wire fence, and they left him behind as a joke. Only when he got to the watering hole, all of his friends were drowning because there were snakes in the thing, and the sign said, "Don't swim here." And it goes back to present. It's like, so you see, son, if you don't listen to warnings, you're going to burn in hell. And it's like all of these little pamphlets are all over our store. And it's just like, who's doing this?
And the guy still brought his kid with lice in. Like,
yeah.
Take the hint, buddy.
I know.
So back in my day, I was known to head over to Planned Parenthood, not only to get the free bag of condoms, but to try to pick up women.
Oh, yeah.
And, I was successful about 50% of the time anyway, but so you would get the free. So my mom was in my room, and I had like 6 of like the brown bags of just condoms, like hundreds of condoms. Most of them tuxedo lifestyles, by the way. The condoms of choice by Planned Parenthood. There's this black tuxedo condoms that I just had a ton of them. She's like, she just looked at me disgusted and kind of just walked away. Like,
do we need to have the talk?
It's like, no.
Oh, here's a question.
That's what Channel 47 was for.
Alex, your condom talk lost us 2 viewers. I hope you're happy now.
It's not the first time. Won't be the last time.
That's why they wanted you to wear briefs, because they wanted to lower your sperm count.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. So Q&A. Switching.
Johnny B is so embarrassed right now. I was like,
oh. He's like, why do I do this?
Or proud.
Johnny B also featured on the cover of this cycle's IWAR magazine. Just saying. Well, fictional Johnny B.
The kayfabe Johnny B.
Kayfabe Johnny B. Yeah, Johnny B, who is based on Bruce Willis, pre-brain injury Bruce Willis, hopefully. But all right. So the pre-show for episode 161 included Hawaiian footage from the year the IWAR was born. The next time Alex decides to air wrestling from the Aloha State, it would be great if it include former manager Daryl Bonilla. So yeah, Daryl used to wrestle. I remember him in the West or out west there. So there's your challenge, Alex.
I'll find it.
In reference to watching age-appropriate films with parents, Matt mentioned The Boys in Brazil. That just so happened to be the final movie I ever watched with my father. Oh my God. The original Johnny B. The few uncomfortable scenes would likely have been very uncomfortable to watch with him at any age, but at least he didn't have to quickly change the channel, as he so frequently did in my youth. Thank goodness the social media streaming services and the internet have curated so meticulously, so parents nowadays never have to worry about their kids being exposed to violence, nudity, or foul language. World Star.
My dad took me to see RoboCop in the movie theater. I'm 5, maybe?
Wow.
6?
Do you remember Terminator Genesis, the one with Christian Bale? Or whatever, which one it was had Christian Bale in it?
Yeah.
I saw that at the midnight showing in Providence, and there were people with a stroller.
Oh, boy.
And kids crying, and people were like, shut the fuck up! Get that kid out of here! And it's like, oh, we're going to get shot.
So I used to like to go to midnight showings like in the hood.
Yeah.
Because it's awesome. It's the funniest thing ever because, like, okay, so it's primarily Hispanics and African Americans in the movie theater, and it's smoke-filled, obviously. And it's like Mystery Science Theater 3000. Like, they're just talking through the whole thing and making fun of the movie, and it's hilarious. So if anyone, like, we saw The Village. You ever seen that movie, The Village? So they're just ragging on this movie the entire time. And even with the twist ending at the end, just ragging on it. It was the most fun I've had in movies ever. Like, so I would recommend everyone to do that. You may get shot, but it might be worth it.
The one to go see is a horror movie because they coach the cast of the movie.
Ran! Ran!
Oh no! Don't do that! Do not go down that. Oh. Yeah, it was good times. But I will say though, I equate that in some ways to the what chance in wrestling.
Yeah.
Because I came to see the movie, not hear you babble about it.
Right.
I saw a movie, my friend Stacy, and it was one of the Borat films. And I forget which one, she'd remember, but it was the one where the full frontal penis spinning on screen for like 30 seconds. And there's an old man behind us and his wife, and they were like, "What the hell are we watching?" That is acceptable because it's a good story. Who? Like the whole entire movie, he's asking her, "Well, who's that guy? I don't remember him." And that's like my dad is now when he watches movies. Yeah. Like, we watched this one. We watched, like, for instance, Avatar 2. The other day, he's like, "We should watch that." I'm like, "We did watch it." No, we didn't. No, we did. You sure? It's the one with the kids. I don't know. It's like 5 hours long.
It's like my wife with Marvel movies. Like, she's a know, like, where we're at. Like, we watched, like, the second Spider-Man movie like 4 times. She doesn't know what the fuck's going on. I gotta explain it to her like half the time. Who's that guy? Why is there 3 Spider-Mans?
Who's gonna replace Jonathan Majors? I know.
Sinbad. It should be Sinbad.
Well, yeah, Chris Brown's available. Oh. All right, so here we go. This is from Johnny B. Although I provided the Tubecast host with a pronunciation guide for Nook/Nuke, the secret weapon, in episode 155, which was recorded less than 3 months ago, Alex had already forgotten the information. Matt unhelpfully chimed in with the incorrect answer, causing Derek, via the chat box, to believe he's been mispronouncing it for years. Fret not, Derek, for it's not intended to rhyme with the latest version of last name of the resident IWAR strategy guru, Mike Cook, or with the reading Nook, as you stated, or even with a breakfast Nook, though Nuke, has clearly never dined on the Breakfast of Champions. Yeah, Nuke, the secret weapon, internet influencer.
Yeah.
When you see people like mentioning, like, I've been doing a lot of research for the IWAR offer, we'll talk about later, and like looking up Twitter accounts and Instagram and other posts, and it's a common effect of people being like, "Wildfire Johnny Rage should be a real wrestler." Well, maybe he is. All right. Also, in episode 155, how do you say "so you pie"? Alex wondered whether Nuke has a secret weapon or merely someone who carried a secret weapon. My view is that Nuke himself is a secret weapon. That's right there. That's the like 80s action movie.
Yeah.
Nuke, the secret weapon. Dun, 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 dun. And judging by his IWAR career, it's a very well kept secret indeed. Also on the subject of our 10 pin pals. Shout out to Derek. Alex inquired, in the system, they have to exist, right? They would have to have strategies. So how do their strategies work? Has anyone ever lost to a job before? Do they have to change the strategies every cycle? What if I'm a new wrestler? I don't know what I'm doing. How do you make sure I win? Derek added in the chat box, how do they exist but not on the rankings page? All right, so Johnny B. Jr. chimes in answering these age-old questions. Our elite group of enhancement talent used to travel from league to league, but they have never truly been a part of any league prior to the clones arriving in the GCL and YJL in recent years. Therefore, they appear neither in the rankings nor list of strategy totals we furnish to our commissioners. Their strategies are not chosen in advance every cycle, but randomly chosen by our computer system every time we process a league, whether they'll be needed or not. It's fortunate that we're not using our old Commodore 64 or Matt's current PC, Potato, to determine the match outcomes. Potato. And while the totals of the permanent bottom 10 are guaranteed, that sounds like a stable, the permanent bottom 10. IWA After Dark are guaranteed to be embarrassingly low. There's actually no guarantee that we'll lose. The same applies to our regular jobbers, of course, but it's much more surprising that we offer no protections to brand new players. It's statistically unlikely that a rookie
But
would
not
lose,
impossible.
not impossible, but unlikely that a rookie would lose to all 10 of the menacing faces of our advertisement or even draw with them, but is not entirely impossible. So how many times has this event occurred? That is an excellent question. Alex issued me a challenge of supplying him with Big Ben's record. Johnny B was not pleased. No, Johnny B says, there are plenty of regular jobbers throughout the game with W's on their record, but sadly, we never track the records of our 10 infamous carpenters. Thus, we have absolutely no idea how many players new to the game have been humiliated by the towering English grappler Big Ben and company. Felt they had wrestled a whole $3 and subsequently Wildfire Johnny Rage quit the IWA forever. With such abhorrent practices on display, it makes you wonder how we've managed to stay in business all these years. Oh yeah, thanks guys. Matt thought aloud, I wonder who has the most losses right now. Derek chimed in, if active guys, Ultimate Ice has the most ties. I know that for sure. So Johnny B says, Derek is correct about the reigning LBL Southwest champion. Ultimate Ice has stats of 1,364 wins, 614 losses, and 10,154 draws.
What?
How is that possible? 112 stars. Who manages this guy? $3 million in earnings. He's been competing for the 20. Sorry.
Sounds like a Darren managed wrestler. I think.
10,000 draws. He's like, I just wanted to. He's in it.
Does he have enough money to get in the Hall of Fame?
Yes. He has 112 stars. He can qualify for 2 categories: wins and stars. Yep. I've actually always thought there could be a combined, wins, losses, because match, whatever. Anyways, all right. He's been competing for more than 25 years. With 482, money-driven Mike Sebastian of the BRL has the most ties of all inactive wrestlers. Interesting. Gypsy Rose Lee holds both the record in our Graveyard League with 880, not counting the falsified stats on the exhibition clones in the YJL. Shout out to Darren. Thanks, Darren. The jobber with the most losses is the BRL's El Hombre with 5,046.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a feeling it would be the BRL. I think I may have mentioned it last time too, but I was pretty sure because our jobbers, because of the IWAR bonus deal, the extra job squashes, you're getting extra squashes every time. So nice. People have been sticking it to the man for 18 years, ignoring the other questionable records attached to Darren's wrestlers. The Sabretooth League's White Tiger Mask is the active wrestler who has lost the most fights, 2,976 in his 14-year career. Of the active wrestlers, inactive wrestlers, Mike Sebastian has 2,458 losses in our graveyard. And then in our graveyard, Gypsy Rose Lee has 3,222 losses since 2005. Gypsy Rose Lee, a good name, by the way. Gypsy Rose anything's a pretty good name, except for that lady that killed her mother and became famous because of it, which I don't blame her for doing it because her mother was torn. You hear about that case? You know about that?
Yeah.
It's like Gypsy Rose Blanchett or something like that, and her mom forced her to
I get weird. They did a documentary or a movie or something like that because I got this weird Facebook ad for it.
Yeah, and I have a friend who's all obsessed with it, and she basically convinced her long-distance boyfriend to kill her mother, and then she went to jail for it. He went for life, which I'm like, whatever. When bad people die, I think it's a good thing. Anyways, that's really cool about the losses, though. Mike Sebastian, I didn't realize that. I got to get him back inactive. Or back from being inactive.
We might not be able to get the record for Big Ben, but we can probably get the record for Big Ben Jr. If Darren's
I'm gonna need backstories on each and every one of these jobbers now.
I want to see a like dark side of the ring on each of these guys.
This is heights, weights, hometowns. Perhaps a quote of some sort.
London, but didn't know that Big Ben had been killing hookers across the greater British landscape. It just cut to him like, ah. Then, of course, you have Chris Jericho being like, yeah, man, Big Ben was wild.
Once a famous wrestler, his downfall was unexpected.
Time ran out on Big Ben.
I've got the 5 lowest hold values here. I'd like to read them out.
Oh, all right.
So we've got hold number 49. The rope burn is valued at 1 point. Hold number 54, the snap mare, which is kind of unfortunate. It's a solid move in real life, but it's only worth 2.
Mm-hmm.
Number 55, the spinning back fist is only worth 2, and the suplex is only worth 1. So any rookies listening to the show, avoid those ones because they're not going anywhere anytime soon.
I do have a question for Johnny B. If a commissioner wanted to say, like, because I know we talked about match cards locations on a prior episode about, like, could a manager feasibly, like, hey, listen, I want to, like, I'm doing a superhero league and I want to do like Gotham City and Metropolis. Could a commissioner convince the IWA to change the locations of the match cards and maybe present like 50 names to put in there instead of the names they have there now? Is that something that's possible or feasible? That wouldn't be too much work.
Matt usually does the voice of Johnny B, so he could probably answer that, but he's away right now.
He's taking a shit.
I think his briefs are bothering him.
I think his house like blew away.
Yeah, it's like Wizard of Oz.
I think a tree went down in the yard.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Just heard this huge thump, and I just looked, and it looks like a tree went down out there. But that's okay.
So
it's
Matt,
not even bad weather yet.
So Matt, I don't know if you heard my questions. Do you think the IWA would consider a commissioner changing the locations of the match cards in their league? So like something like the superhero league could it be possible for like the cities to be like Metropolis and Gotham City, and Fawcett City, and yada yada yada?
Say, I think we've covered this before, but I'm pretty sure it was a contest where you could rename the cities at one point. So,
like, would it be a lot of work to do commissioner specific, like league specific names?
Johnny B would know.
He would,
for sure. But
don't want to give anyone any ideas, and I don't want to make any extra work for anybody. But I'm just saying. Just saying.
Yeah.
Also, I'm also curious about what time did they run the first league on on the day, like, obviously gold dropped today. It's like, what time did it hit go? Is it like 9 a.m. in the morning they run it?
This actually comes up a lot. A lot of players ask, why is it that the IWA will put, like, for instance, gold, right? Gold Tuesday, you have all these leagues. Why would you put it like IWL or BRL first? I argue that I think they don't do that because it's a big league.
Agreed.
Like today's first league was BWL. Right. Well, BWL has like 19 cards. Right. What you do is you get results out. You get 19 or let's say about 25 players get to see results automatically for their league. 2, you get, the results up so you can actually do your own math and figure out your scores. Yeah. What they do too is commissioners can request the strat totals. So myself and another player, we request strat totals. We kind of compare notes. I actually just do the whole entire Fed now because what happens all the time, like today, you can see which league champions had 501s, which were a lot this cycle. So that's where it gets hard because like some guys who had a high score still missed the title page, which is tough.
And you can get a preview of the title page too by looking at those strat totals because they'll tell you what champions they won. So
that is correct. So I always said, like, I would imagine it takes a bit of work, but I think if you wanted to more personalize your league, like, for example, I thought about one time asking to have certain, like, arenas named after players that passed away. You know, like, have, like, Ed Lebeger arena, you know, as a way to kind of, like, you know, people, oh, I remember that guy, you know, whatever. But I just think, I imagine there's probably a lot of like tweak work. Like I can't imagine it takes too long to do it. Just open the file up and change the name.
Yeah, it probably takes someone like a couple hours or whatever.
Yeah. So. Oh man,
probably
so there's
our probably not fun to do. Probably not fun to do though.
No. Before I get too far going, do you want me to show you what Scott sent me?
Sure.
All right. So Scott was doing loot crates for a while. So he sent me a bunch of the stuff he got.
There you go. Let me make sure I can see you.
Can you see this? Too close?
Kind of cutting out, because of the green screen.
Oh, sorry. Well, if only the green screen wasn't in effect.
I can fix it. Hold on. Give me a second. I can take it off. Hold on.
All right.
Hold on. All right, hold it up. Higher.
This is higher? Oh, here we go.
There you go. Hold on. I gotta see if you're actually there.
That's right. We've got socks with Cactus Jack and Coco Beware.
Ah, Coco.
Nice.
Yeah. There's a ton of shirts in here. There's Double J. This is Greg Valentine.
Oh. Did he say racist stuff on the internet the other day? Pretty sure he did.
Sorry.
Oh. Is that a cozy? What is that?
It's a cozy, but it's Haterade.
Ah, yes.
I know it had a picture of her on the internet the other day. Holy moly, she looks really, really jacked. There's about 80 pins in here.
Nice.
So thank you, Scott, for
Nice.
pins. Now, you've all seen the IWA belt
Yep.
that I won in 2014 for Senior Lucha. And, it's a nice little fun thing. And then
You wear it every day, for Christ's sakes.
I do. That's fine. So I want to show you the difference, though, between one of these belts and what Scott sent to me. All right, can you see it yet?
Yeah.
So this, I haven't even opened it yet. So
Ooh, a live unboxing, as the kids do nowadays.
But I wanted to show this. Holy moly! Because I've never ever owned an actual, besides the IWA belt, actual Super Championship belt. Like this is the kind of belt you would knock someone out with, and I'd be like, oh, that's believable. Because this belt right here. Is awesome.
That is great. That looks beautiful.
Friggin' awesome belt. This is the National Heavyweight Wrestling Championship belt, and you have the side markings there. But the weight's what really amazes me. How heavy it is. I mean,
so Scott, you gotta let me know where'd you pick that up from.
Yeah, thank you very much, Scott. That was awesome. And I got a little worried. I thought this was the one. He has like one of the belts he has is like his absolute baby, and I was like, "Did you send me your best belt?" Because get me worried. But awesome, dandy. So
That's nice.
yeah, I don't know if you can see it or not. Oh, a little bit easier, but also ideal for home defense.
So the two belts I own, I figured out how to put them on the wall like the right way, not like. So people who own belts, they like to put it long ways, like they have it hanging on hangers, and they have like the belt like full strap out along the wall, right? So
Right.
they're vertical, right?
Yeah.
So I was able to put them on the wall folded, just as the belt itself, but folded, like so it's not
Nice.
long. I ended up using shotgun hooks, like where people display shotguns and guns on them.
And it worked.
It worked. I did it on. I got it on Amazon and it worked. So they display pretty well on the wall.
I've always wondered about that because I don't think it's necessarily a bad look to have the belt totally out like that. But I think when you have it kind of wrapped a little bit, it just gives it more of a, I don't know,
More depth.
nice look.
It's just more. It just feels like because the people I've seen it, like it's usually in someone's basement. They got like 6 on the wall, and it's always like the same 6 belts anyway. And it's like I just can't I can't do it the same way everyone else does it. It's like I don't like that.
Oh, he also sent me. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there, but this is.
Oh, I dig that.
Violent gentleman. I love that saying. I dig that. Oh, by the way, speaking of the I dig that shirt, it is no more.
You got copyright infringement on it?
No, I got angry and Hulk Hogan'd it.
Did you?
Yeah, I was in a bad spot the other day, and I was like, "Fuck this shit." And I was like, I remember I did it, and I thought like it won't really tear, and I like just tore right in half. I was like, that wasn't that hard to do.
You should have saved that for the tube cast.
I know. Oh well.
By the way, Leon in the chat says he's got a 496, a 498, and a 513 this cycle.
Well done.
Which is pretty solid.
It's a nice looking mic you have there.
Oh, thank you.
It's a hell of a match. It's Sting and Barry Windham versus the Horsemen of Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson for the title.
Yeah, is this like a best of tag team wrestling, or?
This is Super Bouts in the Superstation.
Oh.
Nice.
All right. Well, we should probably get to results at some point, huh?
Yeah. You want to start with the BWL.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Well, the Black Widow League, number 30. And I believe next cycle will be the determining cycle for the pay-per-view that's coming up. So, the pay-per-view called Cage Fury 2. Yeah. It will... somebody new in the league. Great. It'll be based off of the results from next cycle. So, our Black Widow champion, once again, is Betty Than You, who I have it on good authority has a 501 and a very strong chance. So, that'd be her second IWA championship for women if she pulls it off. TV champion, Supreme Court Justice. Well done, Jeremy. I hope Jeremy appreciates that I do so many legal gags involving his wrestlers. I'm like, you better call litigation, or you better call Supreme Court Justice.
Maybe he should give you a gag order.
Oh, bum, 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 bum. All right, so the Battle Royal winner was Jersey Jen Grapevine. So welcome to the BWL, Jersey Jen. Idol champion, Japan Idol Huntress. Joshi champion, Barbed Wire. Zenjo champion, Francine Barafugli. Luchadors champion, Addison Killswitch. Jersey Jen is also the Cholitas champion. The Bellatrix champion, Gold Digger, Gina Colada. The Themysciata champion, Rachel Van Dorn. Hollywood champion, Queen of the Ring, Aria Gunpowder. Sin City champion, Brenda Bring the Pain. And Willowick champion, Wildfire Betty Red. And in case you're wondering, yes, I did it on purpose, where the last champion is just like the random Willowick, Ohio champion. See anybody else new? No, we went down in activity a little bit. A little bounce back. I'm hoping it's kind of a side effect of this new IWA deal we're putting out that we'll see some people come into the BWL. It's a lot of fun, and if you haven't tried it, it's a really good setup. So, $5 gets you 6 matches and a Battle Royal entry every cycle. But we are going to be doing a thing called Girls Gone Wild.
Oh.
What's Girls Gone Wild? No, Alex, not that. It is going to be the February 20th cycle. The BWL wrestlers can send in their matches and without limit. So if they want to spend 6 match deals, they can send in 6 match deals and bump their record up. So it'll be a pretty interesting cycle to see how much activity bumps up that cycle. Because a lot of people tell me, like, oh, I would do more matches. So we had the idea that we'll do a cycle once every blue moon, maybe a couple times a year, and players can kind of go nuts. So we'll see how that works. But that is your BWL number 30 results. Alex?
I dig that. So next up, NWL, New Wave League. Should be the National League, by the way. I'm never letting that go. I was mad about it then. I'm mad about it now.
Let it go, Alex.
Never!
Let it go like those Ninja Turtle briefs you used to wear.
Oh man, that had Michelangelo on the back.
And the front. Am I supposed to be reading the champions?
Yeah.
All right, NWL number 212, January 2024. Got off to a hot start in the new year. We got league champion, the Grey Wolf, Doug McMaster. TV champion, Dr. Stephen C. Farr. Central Plains champion, AJ Hammer. East Coast champion, Mike Rampage Sanders. Great Lakes champion, Tyoshi Mazoku. Mid-Atlantic champion, He-Man Hoven. Then we've got the Northeast champion from the Battle Royal, Jailbird Smith. Pacific Northwest champion from the Battle Royal, Killer Creed. Rocky Mountains champion, Rachel Yamazaki. Southeast champion from the Battle Royal, the Reprobate, Lanny Teague. Southwest champion from the Battle Royal, Thomas T.D. Banks. West Coast champion from the Battle Royal, Sarah B. Money. League Tag Team Champions, Das Beast Heinrich Schroeder and Dr. Stephen C. Farr. TV Tag Team Champions, Krakatoa and the Reprobate, Lanny Teague. League Six-Man Champions, winning 5 free matches, Mike Rampage Sanders, Killer Creed, and Jailbird Smith. TV Six-Man Champions, from New Money Inc., we've got Sarah B. Money, Thomas T.D. Banks, and Greg E. Money. And with the Battle Royal win, we've got Dr. Stephen C. Farr. Let me just pull up the strats here. We had 102 cards, which is pretty strong for the NWL. 810 matches, 18 Battle Royal entries, 141 wrestlers, 20 of which are active. 0 in, 0 out, 1 new wrestler, and 0 removes. So right now we've got some good things happening with the NWL. We've kind of got a strong core coming together at the moment, consisting of Greggy Money and his stable New Money Inc. We've got Double D Christoph is putting in some really strong TT, as well as Jailbird Smith. The Schroeder brothers as well, AJ Hammer. And I think Doug McMaster, he's part of the Yamazaki Corporation stable. They were set to graduate possibly next cycle, but I think if you have the league title when you're set to graduate, you can stick around and defend that. So we'll have to see how that shakes down. We also are, we've got the results in this bulletin for the NWL Battleground pay-per-view. A pay-per-view that's going to shake up the NWL a little bit. We have a new Young Lions champion, which took place at Battleground. We had Mike Rampage Sanders winning the NWL Young Lions Championship. We had the vacant NWL Young Lions Tag Team Championships as well up for grabs. The Schroeder brothers won that one. We've got a new NWL X1 champion with Thomas T.D. Banks. So those are all really big title changes. And then the big match for that one was Team Johnny B versus his kids team, Team Mac and Donnie B, for control of the NWL. And we had Team Mac and Donnie come away with the victory. A heinous turn of events when we saw Greg E. Money turn on Team Johnny B and cost them the match. So we can only suspect that Greg E. Money is now in cahoots with Johnny B's kids, Mac and Donnie. But we're going to have to see how that shakes down. I know that's going to ruffle a few feathers, but I mean, them's the breaks. Anything can happen in the NWL.
All right. I dig it.
I dig that. Can I tell you one little quick side effect of NWL there?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Grey Wolf Doug McMaster, his league championship, vaulted him in the NWL's all-time to number 4. All right, he has 280 points all-time.
Wow.
Now, considering that he is only 25 points away from first place ever, if he retained again, he would be the all-time scorer.
So who's number one? Ricky Kyle?
Number one is No Limits Nick Dane with 305, Bruce Inferno with 300, Father Conrad with 290, and then Doug McMaster with 280.
Really? Where is Ricky Kyle on that list? Because they win like 3.
Ricky Kyle?
Yeah.
No. He is in the 40s.
Okay.
125. It's we always talk about like when it's important to be as good with a strategy as it is with a storyline. Like there are a lot of guys that we were like, oh my god, they were so good. Like Andy Konig's guy, Konig.
Yeah.
Great David was way better statistically.
Yeah.
But Konig's the one that stands out. Before I forget, this is what happens when you get angry.
Unbelievable.
Oh.
You should just wear it that way.
just wear it out to like the supermarket. Like, what happened? You don't want to.
I thought you got sued by Jeremy Suppan.
Yeah. I should go and meet him for a meet and greet and just wear that. Be like, hey, how you doing, buddy? I just want you to sign this for me. Is that okay?
The other interesting thing in the NWL is Doug McMaster won that league title with a 497. And I'm not sure quite how it breaks down, but it's the highest total that wins the rookie brawl, I believe, which would be the 500 from
will he win that?
Is it the highest total that wins rookie brawl?
Highest score, yeah. So
so 500 would be for Dr.
Steven
Farr. Yeah.
Yeah. So
good to see a new guy maybe taking home that championship.
Yeah. A quick aside about NWL and Stephen Farr, his manager Leon had been going back and forth, and I apologize to the guys who were trying to get a hold of me. I was like, it's weird while like your emails suddenly blow up and you get like all these things to catch up on. Anyways,
I had to yell at you today. It was unbelievable.
He sent a strategy to Mike and myself, but he had done it last, like, I think it was Monday night or like before Iron and Steel came out, which is extraordinarily hard to do. So he picked a 500-point strategy before he saw Iron and Steel, which is really difficult to do. So congrats to that, winning the Battle Royal, winning the TV title. I had a problem with my laptop, the Potato, where I had some of my files get corrupted. Had to refix them. That was fun to do at 3 a.m. But I'm not bitter.
No.
But I think we'll see more from Dr. Stephen Farr in the near future. So congrats, NWL wrestlers. And Doug McMaster, really, of those three, I always thought Tioshi would be the one to literally be the all-time top guy. But now it's...
And Doug McMaster is the head trainer for the NWL now. So, I mean, everything's just coming up Doug McMaster at the moment.
Yes. So, all right.
Fantastic. I do have a quick question for good old JB. So I'm curious about each league in the IWAR. Which cycle was their which cycle did they have their highest activity? BRL, CWL, IWL, NWL, BWL. Like, what cycle was like their highest activity, and how many cards was that? I'm just curious.
I could tell you that actually.
Do you have it in front of you?
Yeah, I think Matt was mentioning recently there was like a COVID bump. I think I looked back at a couple during those, and
2020, our highest cards ever, I believe, were 205. That would, I don't know what cycle that actually exists. It was in like probably like May or June. It's about 7 cycles in. 203 back last year in April.
So I'm curious about all time.
Like in the game as a whole?
Well, from their inception. So.
Oh, for IWAR?
IWAR.
I think the highest ever, I want to say, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it was either one of those Willie Penham guys, Willie Wynn guy, or whatever it was. Remember the names?
Willie, it was yes, it was Izzy Crazy, like Willie B. Hertz.
Yes, the brothers in question. I don't have them in front of me, those reports, but in 2020, in July, 243 cards in the NWL, which is the highest of any of our leagues right now. So it's probably the all-time highest. If not, it's damn close.
Yeah, that's a big number.
They had a 224, 243, 238, 237. I think that's when we had that run. Like again, this is 2020. It's like the pandemic bump, and we just had all. And I'm hoping kind of a similar effect to happen with this IWAR 2024 deal. So, yes.
I dig it, man. All right. Next up, Continental Wrestling League. It's number 315. I'll take care of this one. League champion, the Major, Benny Factor. TV champion, Zeb Martin. United States champion, Zodiac Horoscope. Yukon champion, Nature Boy, Phil Landers. Caribbean champion, the American Patriots. Amazon Basin champion, This Is How We Do It. British Isles champion, High Speed Chase Driver. Arabian champion, Nutty Bunny 3. I'm a big fan of Nutty Buddies, though. Those are really good. Nutty Buddy, Matt?
I do not, actually. I'm sorry.
Oh, they give me really bad heartburn, but almost they're worth it, though.
More for you.
South African champion, Sharp Tongue Colonel Angus. Siberian champion, Muriel Puddings. East Asian champion, Morning Person Early Riser. Oceania champion, Cobra. League Tag Team Champions winning another 5 free matches like Matt needs them. Axel Von Snop and Alex Von Snop. TV Tag Team Champions Sundog Taser and Sundog Razor. The League 6-Man Champions Axel, Alex, and Alex Von Snop. TV 6-Man Champions The Major Benny Factor, Nature Boy Phil Landers, and the Genuine Artificial. And your Battle Royal winner is Zeb Martin. So it's my understanding that CWL has recently come off a pay-per-view and they're heading towards another one.
Yes.
So awesome.
Yeah, and we've talked a lot about the work that Jeremy does with this report is really fun. He also goes out of his way to make sort of like, I like this a lot. It's kind of a behind-the-scenes type thing, or OOC on a character.
Yeah.
He talks about, okay, here's how the dynamics of the league are. Here's when this is happening. Because a lot of times players will say to me, like, well, when's this happening? Like, earlier today, Punk Rock Mike messaged me and was like, when's WrestleRama? And I was like, April. And he's like, that seems late. I'm like, it is, but it's on purpose.
I think overall, like, there's a lot of good TT in here. It's overall really good. So, very impressed.
And very nice collection of belts.
Yeah, I was looking at those. Those are really good. Was that something done on WWE 2K?
I believe Jeremy put those together himself because he has as well. We were talking about, like, I got to upload all my wrestlers into the system because it's going to get shut down soon, so he can actually steal them off. but I'm worried about when I put Barry Stevens up again.
Yeah.
The last time I put Barry Stevens up, they gave me a ban for 30 days. I think because he was wearing a Black Lives Matter shirt. I never got an answer.
Right.
So this time, one of his images is him as a bloody wrestler.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't. I hopefully wouldn't get mad about that, right?
No. I don't think so.
Find out.
I don't think so, but who knows? Who knows nowadays?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I do like his. He has the organizational chart for the CWL. That's cool. So it has all the guys here: the owner, general manager, Samantha Soley, head security. So, Chuck Norris. It's like Chuck Norris. It's fucking awesome.
Hey, man's gonna pay for bills too, like anybody else.
Yeah, sure does. Well, Chuck Norris did make an appearance at good old Survivor Series 1993. Kicked Jeff Jarrett in the head. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, he was there. So go check out Survivor Series '93. That was the one where I think that was the one where the Undertaker is like he's on Lex Luger's team and it's like the All Americans and it's weird because it's like the Steiner brothers, Luger and like the Undertaker. He doesn't kind of fit in with the America aesthetic. And then he opens up his coat and there's an American flag behind his coat. It's awesome. This fun was had by all. You have this undead zombie, but he's sure as hell proud to be American. So there you go. So next up, let's do BRL.
All right, let me pull it up. BRL. This is cycle number 613. All right, so our league champion, Monster Truck Tanaka, who had a 501, wins $25 in IWAR credit, and most likely nothing else because everyone at 501 is a cycle.
Jesus.
I haven't looked, actually. I should look real quick. I believe, Hillbilly Kevin, who won the TV title and the Battle Royal, also a 501. So I'm curious to see if he racks up like a U.S. belt, or some major hardware for King of the Ring. Be nice. Hillbilly Kevin's been on a tear, so look out. Tag champions, Samoan Assassin and Toa Noah. So I think it makes. Let me look real quick. I believe their arch rivals, the McFlaherty brothers. They regained it from the McFlaherty brothers. So back and forth, The action, hot and heavy. Kind of funny because the McFlaherty brothers won the tag belts twice early in the year. Then the Samoan Death Grip beat them. Then we had a little lull for a while. Then the McFlaherty brothers won the belts back in the fall, and then they got beat by the Samoan Death Grip again. And then they won them in the holiday cycle, and then Samoan Death Grip beat them for the belts again. That's what you call a good feud. And what's funny is they actually tied for Tag Team of the Year in the BRL. Semi-spoiler, the awards are in another month or so. But Tag Team of the Year was there was 3 or 4 races in the season across the IWAR that were dead ties. And I did a tiebreaker, and McFlaherty's lost to it. But if not, the old way used to be you'd go one more cycle and have them have a match to determine who wins. So Samoan Death Grip dropping the hammer. Well done. Do you want to praise your guys at all?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it'll be a third. I mean, well, they do suck. I mean, that's natural, but
they're like a vacuum cleaner. They can suck and blow at the same time.
Good God!
Like the suck cut. It certainly does suck.
I thought I had him on here. Hold on.
So while we have a quick lull, the big event is the big autograph signing that's in my area. So it's literally 15 minutes away. Do you know who's going to be there this year? That I might have to actually go and do this. It's going to be Stacy Keebler this year. She's like my guest, yes. So if I can get her to wear a Revolution Extreme T-shirt, that'd be glorious.
Oh,
she would.
Yeah, it's a good call.
She's single again? I hope so.
Is she? Tell your wife that.
I gotta shoot my shot.
You got a chance. Just show her your Ted DiBiase autograph.
It's not come with a belt. Sure, my IWA belt.
Nice. That gets all the ladies.
Yeah, just
never happened ever.
Automatic panty remover.
Let me tell you something, brother. Oh,
I have a question. Does Johnny B own a IWA championship belt just for fun?
I thought about that. Like, did the kids get them as gifts as like when they turn 13, you get your first belt? Oh my God.
Because I feel like if he doesn't, we should definitely send them one.
Like here's your belt.
Lifetime achievement.
A true coming of age. Now where's the Pinochle?
Pinochle. I want to quickly figure something out. I think I'm looking correctly here. That's the wrong one. Because I was curious, where the Samoan Assassins. So they're going to have 12 and 3. And the Samoan Death Grip are now the 3rd greatest tag team of all time in IWAR history.
Really?
Nice.
Yep. They just passed Adam Cash and Fatty the Butcher.
Even better than the Regulators?
Yep.
Wow.
So they have 290 points. Blood Money had 280. The second place team is Garrett Shadowstar and David Hammerhead with 295, so they're going to probably pass them. And, of course, the Von Schnaps are the top team of all time with a mere 695 points.
And they're still active, right?
They just won the tag belts in the CWL again, so they had their 6th IWA championship as a tag team.
Oh, that's going to be a world?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I was curious. I have this little chart, and I always plug in the numbers to see what they do. And part of it, of course, as you know, is figuring out the flow to get the right flow down. And the flow down with a hoedown, so damn right. Yeah, so let's see. BRL, back to the results of BRL here. So our regional champions, Zydrate, who had a fun appearance at the ladder match battle royal. If you are looking for something fun to read, I highly recommend you read the IWAR magazine this cycle and check out the ladder match battle royal write-up. I think you'll enjoy it. East Coast champion, Steel Cut Oats. Great Lakes champion, Toa Anoa. How would you say it?
Yeah, Toa Anoa.
Mid-Atlantic champion, the Samoan Assassin. Is he ever going to get a name? Is he going to unmask and be like Boa Anoa?
No, that's on his birth certificate as the Samoan Assassin.
Just see the mother. You named him what? It's my father's name.
His parents were on Quaaludes.
Quaaludes.
His too?
You know what's great is I have a coworker, and in all honesty, she had a really bad addiction problem. She recovered from it. But every so often, people will say things like, "This stuff's like crack," and she's like, "I get so mad."
Dick for crack.
Yeah, suck your dick. It's a great movie, by the way. Boys in the Hood. If you haven't seen it, after the show, go watch it. And that's why we're saying boys or suck that dick.
I'm pretty sure that's Menace to Society, by the way. You got your movie.
Yes, also good. Northeast champion, author of Agony, LePage Turner.
He's still around?
What?
He's still around?
Still around. The guy he's crushing it.
He's the worst.
He's actually, I had a whole thing of him being clean shaven now because he defeated Ghostly Shadows. Shackles Malone. And then, of course, the tattoo artist of pain, Joshua Bolek. Maybe him and Turner get together. Hawaiian Heartthrob. One of my favorites, only because he does one wrestler, one strat, and he's out there killing it.
A man after my own heart.
Great job, Neil. Decapitator, the Southwest champion. And our West Coast champion, well done, Leon, Sabrina the Raven.
Oh.
So that's great to see. I didn't look at the actual numbers, but we had 107 cards. It has been a down cycle for Attaboy right now overall. I know a lot of the, as the feds go along, but we'll bounce back. 107 is pretty strong. We had 57 Battle Royal entries, and of course, remember the BRL, you get $25 credit for the championship of the league or for the Battle Royal win. So one transfer in, one transfer out, 3 new wrestlers, 2 removed after matches. So I got to figure out who left. Ugh.
Hunt them down.
Johnny B, could you change it so we can see who left? That would be tremendously helpful.
So you can badger them to death?
No. I just like for my
you
record.
Fucking asshole.
No. Yeah. No. For my record keeping, I can remove them out of some of the live scoring and put them in the retire inactive list.
I think it was the backstabber.
He needs to come back.
That's the wrong league.
Backstabber 2. Backstabbier.
Yeah.
Backstabber 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Okay, there's your BRL. I just would say that, we're working towards WrestleRama. More to come. How's that?
All right, that's fair.
Leave them wanting more.
Oh, I will say this. The one kind of storyline worth kind of whatever is El Hijo de Teamster, who had a big win over RJ Gallo at Battlecade, is being interviewed by Angela Hertz. I'm sorry, he's being interviewed talking about his big win, and Angela Hertz bursts in and says, "You have to go to the hospital. The Teamster, your father, who's been wrestling, he was hurt, and you have to go and donate blood." So,
and the twist is that he has AIDS.
He has super AIDS. No, it's going to be a plot twist for this season, for the year. So. Wow. Next issue is going to be very, very interesting. And, of course, welcome to Tennis Anyone, Ricky Rackett and Ace Love. Another Larry original. So there it is, the BRL.
There it is. So what's up next? The WTL?
Sure. Want me to do that one?
Yeah, why not?
All right. WTL Western Trails League. It's going to become the WTFL. It's a big question mark. This is the 87th tour round cycle.
I like tour.
And
I feel like that should be universally accepted at this point.
The tour? That's not a bad way. I like round as well, like round of play or episode. All right, so the Western Frontier champion, once again, Outlaw Ace and Eights. I'm a big fan of Ace and Eights. Lone Star champion, which is essentially their TV champion, Shackles Malone. Central Plains Teenage Rage, Maxwell Clark. Mexico champion, Justin Kyle. Dodge City champion, Night Court. Sorry, I had to do that. Tombstone champion, Mr. Pennynickel. Prairie View champion, Steve Boston. Widowmaker champion, Sean Cordova. Badlands champion, Cowboy Schlitz. Cripple Creek champion, Lance Pants, the fan favorite. The Southwest champion, Tim Pressive. And the Chisholm Trail champion, Benji Buckshot. Of course, the Western Frontier Tag Champions.
I just chisholmed in my pants before.
Nice. Chisholms. There's actually a hotel near here. It's one of those like CD hotels, and it's called Chisholms. So for years, we used to drive by and scream, Chisholms! Because we're damn stupid kids. The Tag Champions, E.C. Rott and Savannah Dexter. Lone Star Tag Champions, the Village Wise Man, Grandpa Smurf, and Village Chief, Papa Smurf. The Frontier Six-Man Champions, Zeepo, Meepo, and Beepo, the Clowns. Lone Star Six-Man Champions, Billy Buckshot, Bo Buckshot, and Benji Buckshot, the Buckshot Brothers. And the Bunkhouse Brawl winner, a person. How's that?
A person.
And just a reminder, the report is missing Scott's been under the weather, so as he's recovering, we're kind of limping along, but he'll be back, so don't worry. I did want to say I forgot to mention the other tag and six-man champions in the BRL. Whoops. So I'll do that now. As we talked about, Aaron gloated as his Samoan Assassin and Toa Noah won the tag belts from the McFlaherty brothers, which that would be that's like rivalry-wise, that's great, you know. Like I always feel like if I lose a belt, it's okay, but if I can lose a belt to a rival, it's better for storytelling.
100%.
TV tag champions in the no idea how this happened. Hot Stuff Adam Cash and Nightingale D'Artagnan Boulderfist. Don't know if I look up the BRL like scores tag wise. We got a 516 from the Samoan Assassin Toa Noah and a 516 from Tennis Anyone. And the TV tag champs had a 505. So we must have had a really amazing flow to just like hit 6 in a row. That's all I can think of.
Yeah.
Johnny B might be able to explain that because I think that's the only thing I think of is they won the TV tag belts. But did we just cost Tennis Anyone a U.S. tag belt? I'd feel bad if that's the case because Adam Cash doesn't team up with that guy at all. Just randomly paired up. And that's what I call the old school IWAR tag win, where like two random dudes win a belt together.
It's the way it should be.
It is, you know. Like you want a rest stop and people are there. It's like whatever, random dudes. Six-man champions winning another 5 free matches. The Mannequins, their 3rd cycle in a row. And this is actually their 13th cycle. And if we go to the all-time list, the Mannequins are quickly climbing. They're going to be, I don't know if it's a world tag or not. Let me look real quick. A World 6, rather. No, 520, so they're not going to win the 6 again. But they are now going to be the 5th-ranked all-time trio in IWAR history in just, 2 years. They are amazing. This year, I think they had 10 or 12 tag wins, or 6-man wins. So, Kevin Doherty, well done, sir, if you're listening, which he probably isn't, but that's okay. So I'm going to make some TT out of this TV tag win because it's the hell? Who the hell is this guy? And our TV 6-man champions in the BRL, The Polar Circle, not Polar Express, as they keep calling them that. Although now I think they're calling themselves Polar Express. I screw that up. But
I've been on the Polar Express. It's in New Jersey, and it's a hell of a ride.
Is it a strip club?
No, it's actually like you take the kids on the Polar Express and you go to the North Pole and stuff.
Oh, like the movie. Okay.
Yeah, like it's like a ride.
There's one up in New Hampshire like that. It's like Santa's Village, and one of the guys I work with brought his grandkids, and he said that the power went out for some part of the place. So you're riding the train, and like one half is like supposed to be lit up, and it's not lit up at all. Just riding through complete darkness. Have fun with that, kids. So Tiny Jorgensen, Crusher Nuatilla, Lobo Lethamaki. So thank you for not making Alex read those names.
Yeah, appreciate you.
That's dick. So that's the.
I read at a 6th grade level. What do you people want from me?
Yeah, so that's all of our leagues, right? We did them all. Yay.
That's it. Let's see what I do.
And hopefully those that scored high will take something out of the report. I was just laughing because I was like, of course, Monster Trucks Knock is going to hit 501 again and win nothing.
Did we do IWL?
Oh, we didn't. I'm sorry.
Son of a bitch.
All right, Aaron, that's you then.
All right, up next, the Independent Wrestling League, number 185. That's kind of a mix between Alex and Derek.
That's
that
fair.
Voice.
That's fair.
League champion, Bob Bonecutter. Television champion, Magnifico Astro. New York champion, Boink, the Child Entertainer.
What?
Los Angeles champion, Ultimo Astro. Boston champion, Pop Culture, Peter Cross. Detroit champion, Ravishing Rex Chambers. Cleveland champion, Magnificent Marvin Moyer. Dallas champion, Bucking Buck Farmer. I said Buck.
Whoa, excuse me, sir.
You might have to beep that one out. Memphis champion from the Battle Royal, Principe Oscuro de Sangre. Miami champion from the Battle Royal, Death Valley Drifter. San Francisco champion from the Battle Royal, Windsor Detroit. Should have been the Detroit champion, but I mean, I digress. Chicago champion, Texas Jesse Tombstone. League Tag Team Champions, Texas Jesse Tombstone and Shotgun James Carnage. TV Tag Team Champions, Chase and Justin Grace. League Six-Man Champions, Texas Jesse Tombstone, Black Jack Robertson, Shotgun James Carnage. TV Six-Man Champions, Christopher Destruction, Kid Justice, and Hollywood Kid. And Battle Royal winning 39 free IWL matches, Magnifico Astro. So what's going down? I believe IWL is coming off of a strong year, and they're dropping their Holiday Havoc pay-per-view. Is that the one? Oh, Hardcore Holiday is the pay-per-view coming out, and I think there's
Christmas at my house.
And I think there were some big shakeups in this pay-per-view. Suyu Pai is the world champion now. I believe that happened at the pay-per-view. But yeah, you have anything to add, Matt?
Well, IWL wise is going through some shake-up roster-wise, but there's still a lot of good talent in there, and I think we're going to see a really good pay-per-view when it comes down to the actual shakeout of the title shots. So stay tuned. I had a rough cycle, but I want to say that I got a text message. I was shopping earlier, and Ryan messaged me and was like, the 26th time, finally, the Regulators have won the 26 or whatever, so they were, winning their IWL six-man.
They don't deserve it.
Will see Regulators, that 26, yeah. That they are the all-time leading scorer of all six-man teams in the IWAR with 515. I have him at 26 league, 25 TV.
Damn.
I'm sure that Ryan will let me know if that's not correct. So if it isn't, let me know, bud.
And Matt, you did speak to Pat and Tank today, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Oh, so is that it, or is that all the leagues this time? Are we sure?
Well,
I
it's
think-
national
I think
champion.
We forgot the casting couch league.
Yeah,
That's true.
right.
That's true.
25, baby. Is that 25 or 26?
26 what?
Ryan chimed in 25, baby. He said.
What's
I
that?
thought it was 6, but it's okay. Still the all-time leading scorers when it comes to trios.
Still doesn't deserve it. That's what I'm telling you. It's the way it is.
He's a bum.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh.
All right, well, another exciting show, fellas.
Yeah, it's fun was had by all.
We should mention if you stumbled across this and you are a former IWA player, you just stumbled across this place at the best time ever because there's currently the greatest offer of all time getting back in the game. It's a special deal. It goes February 20th is when it actually launches. So you have like a month or so to kind of get yourself ready for it, figure out your wrestler's name. Go to playiwa.com, check it out, and you will see the awesomeness that is this offer.
And that advertisement was not paid for.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
That's right.
Unsolicited ad. I had a question and I forgot what it was going to be. So,
Was it about how awesome this belt is?
it's a sick belt. It's actually one of my. I think it's one of the better looking NWA belts for sure. Who was the final national champion anyway? Was it Arn? Arn Anderson was the last one.
I want to say, back in like NWA days, I believe it was Arn, but Scott would know for sure. Oh, look, Arn's name's here.
Is it on there?
Oh, can you imagine? It's 3 a.m. You have my belt. Oh no, Arn's outside my house with making finger guns.
Let's see.
No.
Let's see.
Was it Wahoo?
Nikita.
Alexa, who was the final NWA national champion?
From Sky4K.top. The final champions under the NWA name were the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott.
That's tag team.
Tag team, yeah. So
It was Nikita Koloff. September 28, 1986 was the actor.
Nikita Koloff?
Nikita Koloff.
All right.
The current NWA is Thrillbilly Silas Mason is the current.
I love that name, Thrillbilly.
Is the current national champion of the NWA right now.
I had Monster Truck Tanaka called Hillbilly Kevin Hill William Kevin.
So the current belt is like looks like the old it has like the United States on it.
Yeah.
That's the current one. But that was the top Georgia Championship Wrestling belt for a while. Because there was Nikita, Wahoo, Tully, Dusty, Buddy Landell, Terry Taylor, Black Bart, Ron Garvin, Ted DiBiase, the Spoiler, Brad Armstrong, Ted DiBiase, Brett Wayne, Larry Zbyszko, Mr. Wrestling 2, Larry Zbyszko, Tillicum Brooks, Paul Orndorff, Max Superstar, Paul Orndorff, Super Destroyer, Vacated, Paul Orndorff, Buzz Sawyer, Tommy Rich, Ron Bass, Tommy Rich, Mass Superstar, Tommy Rich, Mass Superstar, Steve Olanowski, the Mongolian Stomper, Jack Briscoe, and the first champion was, in fact, Austin Idol, 1980.
Nice. So, for those of you programming at home, Pineapple Express is about to start on True TV, so, load up.
What movie is this? Action Jackson?
It's Action Jackson, baby.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Has my homegirl Vanity, who was a crush of mine for quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too bad Carl Weathers never just made it to the next level in his career. He was close. He was real close.
Yeah, he did pretty well.
Just that after he never got a starring role again after Action Jackson. That was his last one. So, all right, guys. So on that note, we are officially out of time. So for Aaron, for Matt, I'm Alex G.